All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here with us. Up next, we have Revolve Renewable Power and Sunita Prasad. The floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sunita Prasad, and I'm the Vice President of Corporate Development and Investor Relations with Revolve. We're listed on TSX Venture Exchange under the symbol REVV. And we also recently got our OTC listing, OTCQB, which is REVVF. So what I'm going to tell you about this unique opportunity, a growing story, our objectives and how we're going to achieve those objectives, and of course our business model and our share structure. So our disclaimer and forward-looking statements, which is standard, because we will be forecasting based on management calculations. So the investment opportunity that we provide, ESG-focused investment opportunity, and the problem we're solving is the net zero emissions. So that's the solution that we're looking for. We have a diversified investment strategy. We provide so we've got two business units. We've got utility scale projects as well as distributed generation project. Utility scale project is your large projects, and these are usually wind farms, solar farms, and then the distributed generation is your commercial industrial scale projects. We have a management team with a proven record of success. The management team has developed and sold 1,550 megawatts of utility scale projects. So let me move further. Okay, so at a glance, this is who we are. We're an operator and developer. The company was established in 2012 as a developer of renewable energy assets. Now we're transitioning, and then transition has begun. We want to become an owner and operator as well as a developer. And we want to provide dividends to our shareholders. We have a diverse portfolio. We've got 2.85 gigawatts utility scale projects, and with a portfolio combined with 160 megawatts distributed generation portfolio. We stick to the proven renewable technologies, which is wind, solar, battery storage. I explained earlier our track record. We have successfully sold 1.5 gigawatts of wind and solar projects, generating 20 million in revenue. We are North American focused, so we stick to Canada, US, and Mexico. And we are a microcap company that is generating revenue. So this is our portfolio of projects at a glance. We've got some operational projects, projects under construction. We've got a utility scale project that is advanced, and some mid-stage projects, early stage, and a total portfolio of 3,000 megawatts. I also want to tell you about the projects we have sold. We, as a private company, in 2018, we sold a 300 megawatt wind project that was based in Mexico, and that was sold. The profits from that was distributed to the shareholders of the private company. When we went public in 2022, in January this year, we sold two other utility scale projects, a combination of 1,250 megawatts, and those two projects were located in the US, in Arizona. And that was sold for, to Engie, a global energy leader. this is our management team. We've got our CEO has a lot of experience with renewable energy assets. He was a project financier. And that's myself, Omar. So Omar and Steve are the co-founders, and then we've got a lot of legal, accounting, and project management, trade finance expertise. This is our track record. So we were established in 2012, like I said. We developed and sold projects. So our model as a developer was basically take projects from greenfield, and do everything up till it's ready to build. Then exit the project, and exit would be to sell it to a large energy company. So as a private company, we sold, like I told you about the 300, so we sold projects. Then we went public in 2022. As a public company, that's when we started the other business unit of ours, which is the distributed generation, the commercial and industrial scale that I talked about. And that we acquired from a company called Centrica, and it was a company out of the UK that was exiting Mexico. So we got a very good price for those projects. And then so we moved on. We acquired that project 100%, and we hired some of the employees that were with that company, and they are still with us. So they do a lot of business development with us. We then went ahead and so we sold the Baus and the Parker project early this year, and now we're expanding into Canada. So we are in the US and Mexico. Canada is new to us, but we are working on some greenfields projects as well as looking at some mergers and acquisitions. Okay, so this is an important slide. It looks ambitious, but I'll tell you how we plan on getting there. We want to be, like I said, a dividend-paying company. We want to go from micro-cap to a mid-cap company. And in the next couple of years, this is where we want to go, and I'm going to tell you how we plan on getting there. We want to be not just a developer, we want to be an independent power producer. So we would like our revenues to get to 15 million, EBITDA of 10 million, and a portfolio of 5 gigawatts. So 5 gigawatts or 5,000 megawatts. That's the numbers. And these are only management calculations based on the projects we currently have. This is not reported yet, but these are just calculations. So how we get there, there's two ways we plan on getting there. One is through organic growth, and the other is through mergers and acquisitions. So the organic growth is based on target constructing and operating smaller utility scale assets. So, those projects that we sold, the large projects to global leaders, those are bigger projects, but projects that are like 50 megawatts or under, those are the ones we plan on being owners and operators of it. So that's how we want to be an independent power producer with the smaller projects. The very large ones, we would still develop and sell those. So our financial year 2023, our year end is June 30th. So we should be reporting by the end of this month. We should have some financial results coming out. So 2023 to 2024, we would like so the increase you see is about 59 megawatts of operating and under construction capacity, a target for 2024. And then from there, 2024 to 2025, we would, based on what we have right now, our capacity would increase to 189 megawatts. And the key drivers are the distributed generation. We've got a pipeline of 156 megawatts, and utility scale projects. the Vernal, we have a battery storage project, BESS, Battery Energy Storage System, which are coming into ready to build in 2024, and with construction commencing in the first half of 2025. And of course, we are aggressively looking for mergers and acquisition opportunities in Canada and the US. So this is an important slide. Our revenue, as you see, last year, we didn't have revenue. We have announced guidance and forecasts for 2023. And, like I said, at the end of this month, we'll be announcing some results. But based on management estimates, the guidance for 2023 is 1.1 million in revenue and EBITDA of minus 1.8, and operating and under construction assets of 6.2 megawatts. Then in 2024, this time of the year, we plan our revenues to be 5 million and EBITDA to break even. That number, the 5 million, is based on the projects that we have right now. We are not calculating projects that we may acquire, and we're very confident in our ability to acquire more projects, distributed generation and utility scale. So if we do in the next year, that number, the 5 million, will significantly change, which will change the EBITDA as well. And then in 2025, we plan on reaching a revenue of 15 million and EBITDA of 10 million, with the total operating and under construction assets to be 150 megawatts. So these are the two business units, the utility scale and distributed generation. And that's what makes us unique. We are not concentrated on just utility scale or just distributed generation. The utility scale project, like I said, is your large wind farms, solar farms, projects that have the ability to provide electricity to hundreds and thousands of homes. So those are utility scale. The development timeline for the utility scale is about 3 to 4 years from greenfield. So from the time we acquire the greenfield projects to taking it to ready to build stage. The business model has historically been to develop and sell, transitioning to an owner-operator. Like I said, that's where we're going with the smaller projects. And the shareholder value with those projects is the milestone payments that these large energy companies that buy will pay us. The distributed generation project is more, commercial utility scale. So an example of that would be, say, a manufacturing facility that wants to save their electricity bill, and they will put rooftop solar. So, and the way that works is, that we get into the power purchase agreement with the client, and these are short-term, like more 6 to 9 months from origination to operation. And it's an owner-operator model, long-term cash flow. It provides us with recurring monthly revenue and cash flow. So this is the utility scale portfolio that we have. So the first project, wind project in Mexico, a late stage, and it will be at a ready-to-build stage next year. Same thing with our Vernal project, which is mid-stage. The other projects, the two in the US and in Mexico, which is 2024 and 2025. So our total portfolio is about 2.84 gigawatts with a pipeline of 633 megawatts. Our business model with utility scale projects. So this is how we do it: project origination, development, then we take it to construction ready, and then project exit. So we basically de-risk these projects for these large companies to come in and purchase them from us. This is an illustrative situation, a scenario using 200 megawatts of solar project. We start with project origination, development, construction ready. So the time you see around the dotted lines is 3 to 4 years. And then we exit those projects. Or, the smaller projects we will own and operate ourselves. And the way this works is when we sell, the project we sold to Engie, which was 1,000 megawatts of BAUS and 250 megawatts of the Parker project, 1,250 megawatts in total. And, we were limited as to what we could say in the news release and what we could tell our shareholders about the value of that project. So we are using an estimate, which is 1 megawatt of a utility scale project is valued at $40,000 to $50,000 per megawatt. So if you do the math, 1,250 megawatts of the projects that we sold to Engie in January would be valued at $50 million to $62.5 million for us. And of course, we don't get all the payments right away. We get milestone payments. We were paid $2 million upfront, and we got our first milestone of $850,000 a few months ago. And these will, provide us with revenue. So using the 200 megawatt, 40 to 50 thousand dollars per megawatt would come to 8 to 10 million for a project of that size. So this is the sale of BAUS and Parker project. The payment of the sale price is structured with, like I said, $2 million upfront. But the milestone payments come in. The work commitments are interconnection studies, a notice to proceed, construction works, and finally commissioning to the grid. So that's how the payments will come for those projects. So this is the business model for the distributed generation. This is what, say a manufacturing facility would want, a rooftop solar the situation, then they could that's what it will look like. So we originate the project, we construct it, we finance it, and then we enter into a long-term power purchase agreement with the customer. And that's usually up to about 10 years. And for the distributed generation project, we have a pipeline of 156 megawatts, and it's growing. We are entering into some letters of intent. So we've got about 3 in the works, and we're always consistently looking at projects. And the way we get into it, so say, for example, if you were a manufacturing facility and you want to get into a distributed generation situation, we would look at your electricity bill, suggest some technologies that would work for you, for example, battery storage or rooftop solar, and then we would, so initially it doesn't cost you anything, but we enter into a partnership, which is a power purchase agreement. So these are the projects that we have. We have a 9 megawatt operational and under construction, and the 156 megawatt pipeline. So an illustrative situation for that: project origination to construction, finance, and the long-term power purchase agreement takes about 9 months. And the investment returns, target is about 15% unlevered and pre-tax. So our target markets are the US, Canada, and Mexico because of the huge opportunity that these markets offer, especially with the Inflation Reduction Act, and then Canada followed with their Made in Canada plan. So there's tax credits, and there's a lot of opportunities for us. Mexico is heating up again after a little bit of a slowdown, but things are moving along for us in Mexico. Mexico provides us with about 15% return, so we still like it. looking forward, what to expect, basically we want to progress our vernal battery storage project and the Primus Wind project. We want to keep bringing the pipeline into construction and under operation for both the distributed generation and utility scale project. This is our capital structure. We have, so the warrants have expired, so we don't have that 15 million outstanding warrants anymore. Options are at 50 cents. When we went public using a reverse takeover, everybody's shares were at 50 cents. So we've got now a fully diluted amount of 59 million shares. So our cash and deposits as per our last quarter, March 31st, was 1.41 million, and we have a debt of 2.55. Management and insiders control 60% of the shares. And we've been public 18 months now. And you can call me anytime. That's why it's in bright. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
So a very capital intensive business. So you have two pieces. One, the utility scale, you're going to exit after when you get a notice to proceed and sell that as opposed to financing it. Where does the financing come for the projects that you're going to maintain on the balance sheet, 156 megawatts?
Okay, so so far we have financed it through our balance sheet from the payments that we received from the RTO, and but we got a loan from RE Royalties, Bernard's company. So we financed it through balance sheet and a secured loan.
Getting into construction phase, so you have to construct all those 156 megawatts. Where's the?
We will be getting the milestone payments from the utility scale project sale and the distributed generation business that provides us with recurring monthly revenue. So self-finance or...
Do you anticipate not raising any equity to do that, no dilution, all debt or payments?
We're open to proposals. I mean, being a public company, we will have to raise money. I mean, the idea to go public was for scalability. So, yeah, we will raise capital, but not at these prices. Any other questions?
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.